Oh, nice. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh, nice. How is the resolution on the screen? You can see my keyboard? Oh, you can hear my keyboard. I guess my mic is right next to it now that I think about it. It's right here. Right there. So that would probably... My keyboard's really loud? Is it? Hold on. Let me see if I can fix that. How does this... Did that work? How's that? Better? Ah, stream is delayed. That makes sense. All right. I don't. It'll take a long time to get used to that. Oh wait, I want it up. Can you hear me now? Am I quiet? Let's move it to here. Is that better? That's an excellent question. So it has, I don't know if you can see this, symbols on it that would indicate directional mode versus non-directional mode. Okay. Mic settings to pick up voice but not keyboard. Help remove microphone picking up all keyboard noise on Reddit. It is it's a Blue Yeti. A Yeti Micro. I think it costs like $50. It's not like I went overboard with the microphone. I could put the microphone right underneath my chin. And I could stream like this. Hey guys, this is Travis. I code and stuff. Sound gating. Or noise gate. Noise gate. This is using OBS, but I bet I could fiddle with it with I'm using Streamlabs, so good. Oh, good, cool. Yeah, so noise gate it then. Streamlabs. Let's see if I can do that. An audio filter that cuts off background noise below set volume. That makes a lot of sense. Unlimited unwanted noises. Access audio settings. Okay. So I'd go to the microphone, go to settings. It's all good. This is exactly what I wanted your help with. So let me see if I can, on the Yeti Nano, test. How's that? Yeah, I'm looking at them right now. I've got it pulled up. The stream's a little bit delayed, but test audio, webcam, sync settings, down mix to mod. Okay, that's not it. Generally enabling monitoring mode sends the audio through the desktop audio channel. Don't care. Time it takes between sound occurring in between broadcasts. Nah, not that either. Audio monitoring device. That's fine. Sample rate, desktop audio. Go to your mic settings. I can still hear you. I'm glad you can still hear me. That's kind of what I wanted. Really? How do I do that? One thing at a time, Travis. Let's see. This is what this is the struggle of streaming, huh? How do I figure out my mic? I got one viewer. That's you. None of these settings are the ones that I wanted. Let's see. Hey, Buck.
Hey, brother. So I can like deafen up in Discord and everything like that when we need to test your audio. And I can also you'll sound a lot different in Discord than you will on stream and everything too.
Yeah, I figured. I needed what I want to do. There it is. I want to turn this down a little bit because holy crap. There we go. Go ahead and talk. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, I just have it. My work computer, I have like the way to distinguish between different sound inputs. Like there's a little app that I use, but I don't have it installed on my current desktop, so I just haven't used it. I use noise suppression or gate filter on your mic. Gain is turned all the way down, doesn't help. Tried using an audio mixer program to play with the levels before routing it to OBS. I don't feel like doing that. Make sure your pattern. Huh?
The bad thing is I don't use Streamlabs anymore. I use OBS. So it's a little bit easier to do certain things like this in OBS than it is Streamlabs.
I'm contemplating just not worrying about it and getting around to the stuff that I was actually doing. Like my goal was to essentially continue working on my on the game today. I think that's probably the wiser thing to do. I don't think typing on the keyboard is going to be all that bad. It's not really all that. I don't think it's all that important, you know. What do you think?
I say go for it. I think that you don't sound too bad. Your audio sounds great. It's streaming at 1440p. So as long as your computer isn't like your GPU isn't freaking out right now, I think that you'll be good. Yeah. You know what I mean? You're not really doing that much right now.
Yeah, let me try something real quick just to see how toastery it becomes.
Yeah, because I know Streamlabs puts a lot of work or a lot of stress on your computer.
Yeah. How? Well, it runs on an Electron app from what I could see, so it just eats away at some processing power because of just like the very nature of those types of apps. How does the just curious, if you go to the stream, how does it, like I'm currently fiddling with a game, right? How does it look?
Looks good. Your code, like the wording and everything, is kind of small. when I full screen it actually clears it up a little bit.
Okay. Well, if I
YouTube has that weird window when you don't have it full screen. It just looks a little like blurry, but if I lean in, I can see it a little bit better.
okay, I might just take. Maybe this is why people use the I just don't want to. I don't want an AI agent in the middle of my code. Uh, if I open up VS Code, they have an AI thing. That's. I guess I could go in and turn it on or turn it off, but I don't know. Can you see the code now? Well, or what?
Oh God.
You don't have to understand it.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. No, that right there looks a lot better.
Yeah.
It looks like an Apple window.
Apple window.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called. It has 2D, 3D, script, game, and asset lab in the middle top.
Oh, this is good. Screen. This is the game engine.
Yeah, that's easy to see.
Yeah.
The code that's down below the stuff that's like in color is a little bit hard. The stuff that's in complete white.
Like this here.
But I'm pretty.
That I'm highlighting.
No, yeah, that stuff right there looks good, but the stuff below it, the window that's directly below it, kind of looks blurry.
Yeah, you don't need to see the
player.
Like the log, like it says called player, parent. That's actually log stuff. That's not like that would be if I were to print something. So that's okay. I'm not super worried about that. This whole thing is the game engine for your reference, right? Like you basically load up scenes, and there is code for each scene, right? But there's also like a 2D, like at least for a 2D game, right? There's like a 2D node would essentially be something that you can edit and change, right? And then like if I were to go in, there is a scene for a basic level, right? So this defines the level. And then there is a scene for a player. And this defines the player. Whoops, don't move that. And then if I were to go to the scripts, like this is the actual code that defines like how the player does things, right? So it's not all code. It's also just using the engine, and that all kind of culminates into a much larger, well, application that lets you build a video game. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He can attack. He attack.
The game is a little bit delayed for me, so I hear your voice, so I'm still hearing like what you're explaining to while you're doing it. So
yeah,
it's a good bit of delay. It's like you just brought up like it's not just code.
Yeah.
Much larger application that lets you play this attack.
Yeah, it's I mean, if you ever consider actually picking up game development, it's way more than like say like I have another app, right? And this one really is just all code, and it looks like this instead, right? That's not. It looks like this instead, right? So like it's really hard to visualize this, but a game engine's a lot more. It's essentially it's not just the it's not just the code. It's also like handling the models and the scripts and like designing video or designing maps, and it's all done within like this engine essentially. It has a ton of stuff in it to be able to handle it all. It's really cool. I've only been like I've touched on it some over the past like 2-3 months, and I'm familiar enough with like Python that the programming language that GDScript uses, or sorry, that Godot uses is pretty easy. At least to read from. Like I can read it and understand what it's probably doing. but I doubt it would be super hard to learn just in general, right? Because like I don't know if you're looking at the code or if it's showing the code, right? But um,
It currently has Streamlabs on top and the game in 2D. Well, now it has script up now.
yeah, like this shows like this code that you're looking at here is uh I mean, I think it looks easy to understand what's probably going on, right? Oh, it's just a guess. This is actually my state machine. Whoops. Um, but it won't be a long stream.
Parent equals parent. Child animations equal animations.
Yeah.
Well, I would kind of hope.
Yeah. So what's happening, right? Is there is, and let me flip back to that state machine real quick, and it might take a second. Just let me know when, like, you see me flip and then come back and just leave it back on that screen, and then I'll talk about it a little bit more in detail. I'm realizing now that I'm sitting here that unless I have Streamlabs pulled up, I can't see squat, right, as far as like chat is concerned. So that's a concern because I'd like to be able to talk to people.
Do you have two monitors?
I do not.
Pull up Streamlabs real quick. You might be able to pop chat out and be able to pull it up on like up on your screen somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let's see.
Because my Discord or my OBS, I can grab my chat and just pull it out if I wanted to.
I see. Let's see. Streamlabs pop out.
What's those little dots do?
Do what?
Oh, there it is. Never mind. You already clicked on it.
What if, like, can I, like, say, because I have another computer, if I brought another computer and set it here, I could have, I would imagine chat open in some capacity. Mm-hmm.
You could have it up on YouTube. You could.
Yeah.
I don't know if YouTube has like a what's it called, a dashboard, a creator dashboard where you can like manage your stream and stuff like that.
It does. Let me see if I can get the love of my life to bring it here to me. Sweetheart, Stephanie, can I ask a favor of you? You don't have to come on camera. Could you, my backpack's out there. Mm-hmm. Could you bring my backpack? Thank you. You're very sweet. No, wrong backpack. The black one. Ironically, in the same direction I pointed it, just farther back. You can set it here. That way you don't have to come on the camera. I know you weren't super in love with that idea. Awesome sauce. Thank you, sweetheart. I love you.
I love you too.
Alright. And then I could pull up the chat and I could see chat on the side. I think that would make me an official pro gamer, right? I think that is.
Oh my, but you're not gaming.
Huh? Or, sorry, not
You're
gaming.
not streaming now.
I'm not streaming.
Games.
Say what?
You're not streaming video games, you're making video games.
Yes. I think I would argue that making video games makes you more of a pro gamer, right? Than not streaming video games, right? Does that make sense? Or not making video games. Like, just because you can claim, what is this? Go away. You can claim to be a professional streamer, right? But not know anything about video games at all, right? All right, let me look at this. If I click this, what can I do here? Delete forever. That's not the one I want to do.
Yeah, that would be bad.
Yeah, that would be unfortunate. Okay. Cool. Close. And if I swap this to live chat, new. Managing moderators can support your channel in even more ways. I don't care. At least I do care. I just don't care at the moment. And then pop out chat. Oh, sick. And there it is. This is a test. Sick. And now I don't have to have Streamlabs. I can just minify that entirely. Problem solved. One issue at a time. That is how we achieve victory in the long run. I think my goal for the day is just to just kind of iterate on a problem that I've been having with my code. I don't foresee anybody joining and having a conversation with me. I don't even, it doesn't, that's annoying. It won't tell me how many viewers are actually watching right now. Oh, yes, I can. One concurrent viewer, one current viewer. Cool. Awesome. Yeah.
It didn't let me clip in the place that I wanted to pick up. Damn.
What is it?
I was gonna clip your first victory in streaming. So you could have it. You were like, first victory! And I was gonna clip it as first victory, but I can't get the clip
Okay. I'm gonna minify. We can be in a chat still. That's not a problem. I'm probably gonna stream for about 1 more hour while I build this or I work on this. I don't want VS Code open.
one of my friends wants to play League in a little while.
Okay.
I kind of like lagged out of the whole game because my PC restarted. But I'm down to hang out until he tells me he's on.
Sure. Yeah, that sounds good to me. I'm just gonna try and figure out. I had an objective that I set for myself.
I'm gonna make this stream or this clip about 30 seconds long.
Of me saying victory.
Basically, yeah, it's gonna be like right around it. That way you can like go back and modify it if you want.
Okay, hang on a second. I have a list of things that I want to get done. There we go. I went giga analog, and now I have just like a list of stuff that I want to build and get done. I don't see anything. I mean,
that's gonna post as a clip.
What's up? Oh, I have 0 concurrent users. C'est la vie. Goodbye, Buck.
Oh, I'm here. I'm just not. I wasn't just up the live. Sorry.
It's okay.
I was getting that clip.
You're okay, dude. I don't care. Let's see. Sick. All right. So, what am I doing today? I need to remember where I was at. I was working previously on setting it up to where my enemy scene, which that's not right.
So I understand you want to do that, but have you set up any bot to watch or keep people from like dropping inappropriate comments into your chat?
There is a setting that I've turned on. It says moderation activity will be shown. Oh no, wait. I have not. No.
I would suggest looking into Nightbot. It's a I don't know if it works for YouTube. That's the reason I'm saying suggest to look into it. But Streamlabs has their own bot and own I guess various like settings that you can put in. You can ban certain comments, certain things that they say, spamming certain things. I guess you get what I'm getting at.
Yeah. There is a moderation setting, community moderation setting that you can turn on in YouTube Studio, which will hold potentially inappropriate messages.
Yeah, and then it basically makes you read it before you approve it and everything.
Yeah, so like if you sent an inappropriate message, right? I don't know what an inappropriate message would be in this case.
I'm gonna say after this and see if it flags it for you. Okay.
Okay.
It did not. All right. See that doesn't matter, right? Because it's not like going against like the guidelines and stuff like that. But if it was like, I don't know, like a racist slur of some kind, right? That might get you in trouble if it doesn't like ban it. You know what I mean? It'll get a flag on your account.
It didn't even show up for me as a thing.
It didn't? Like you don't have F this or all?
No.
The whole word F this?
No. See, look at my Streamlabs. It doesn't show it at all. It also doesn't show up in my YouTube Studio.
Huh.
So it lets you scream into the void. Now try just sending a regular chat. ASDAS. Yeah, that one came through.
Yeah. Huh. Is it just this word?
Yeah, it'll send that one.
Give me that word. All right. It will send that. So send just fuck. It's so delayed. The YouTube is it's a little weird. Huh. This is a test. Huh.
Okay, yeah, I'll look into that. I'll put that on my list, actually. One second.
You are now our standard moderator, please.
Yeah, I made you a moderator just in case I was ever streaming and you weren't. Shoot it to me in a text message. That way I can remember to look at it. If you don't mind.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, cool. All right.
I'm gonna keep you up and everything. Just probably gonna mute the live, like the actual tab and everything.
That's fine. Yeah. I'll probably talk out loud while I'm working, just because I want to get in the practice of that, anyways. I have to remember what I was doing the last time that I was here.
The funny thing that you say that is because that's what I struggle with. So it's kind of funny that you gotta practice with it because I gotta do the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
Makes me feel crazy.
It doesn't make me feel crazy so much as like I just want to make sure that like it'll be good for like interviews and stuff too if I ever go back to interviewing. So what I was working on, gotcha. What I was working on previously was I was attempting to take my enemy class and give them the ability to watch my characters and then start pursuing me when they saw me, right? And I think in order to do that, I'm gonna have to figure out there's a node called ray tracing. I think that's probably, I did some research on this, so I think that combined with like the state machine that I already have inherent on the player class is like important to get it done. So let's take a look. So right now, the state machine receives a starting state, which is idle. And I got this from a YouTube video that was posted a while ago for this. And the state machine itself is a script, and when it gets created, it has an init function that gets called on the specific character body that has it, right? So if I look at the player, he will, well, maybe. I'm trying to remember how I wrote this. Okay, that's right. So character, the standard class, calls the state machine init method. And what the init method does on the state machine is it runs through all of the child nodes within the state machine, and it sets that child's parent and animations properties to the parent node and the animations that get passed into that function. So on the character here, I send in self, right? And then, which might actually, no, that doesn't make any sense. Or it does make sense, it's just interesting. This should be an inherited class that has the character script on it. And then the player has another script on it. If I reset this, does the player start in idle? Yes. And then if I go to enemy and I go to animation, the character, it has an idle animation, which should, if I go to 2D, look like this. Okay. And then all right. So the,
By the way, I just FN'd up and like listened to your stream for a little while. It sounds actually really good.
sick. I'm really happy about that, actually. That's nice. Ah, there it is. Okay.
Your voice in Discord's really fucking loud though.
Oh, is it?
But that's probably just me because I have my output and
Set
input
high.
up really high.
Yeah, I had the same problem. I had to turn you down. Slick. This, so that gets, if I set his idle animation to start, I don't think I have the player's animation, idle down animation to auto start. I did not. Oh yeah, I guess I do. I hit this. Okay. So that's not actually changing it. So this guy should, the player script and the state machine, I think I have found the problem. Or did I? I did not. State. There should be a starting state. And this should get called. This should get called when the component will.
When I turn on timestamps in your chat, does it give you timestamps next to the names and everything for you?
I don't see them in the chat. Let me reload it. No, it's not giving me timestamps, but I can turn them on. It's not a big deal for myself. Right there they are. Yeah, that was easy.
I was just trying to look at some of the base things I could do to see if I could
as a moderator
set little things like that up for you.
I gave you basic at moderator. I could promote you to God mode moderator too. It doesn't matter to me. How do I click on you and it doesn't give me the ability to promote you?
Yeah, you'll probably have to do it off stream.
I have to remove you as a standard and add you as a Giga Chad managing moderator. Can manage black words and change chat modes in live, and also has capabilities of standard moderators. There we go. There you go. So I just made you the managing moderator.
I have to get God powers.
God powers. All right. So if I go into, it says enemy idle ready. Where did I add that print? Enemy, no. Oh, you know what? I did it on the enemy scene and I added an idle script. Yeah, there we go. And then this should be playing the animation name. Let's print animation name. I see. Okay. So he calls change state machine calls change state and calls enter on the current state. Okay. That's weird. Let's look at state. Yeah. This should be called. That's really weird. It's supposed to be calling it. And I see it popping up in the debugger. That's not it. Where's the logger at? It's probably output. Enemy idle ready. Oh. I bet it's that. Hang on. State machine. Let's go to idle. And there it is. That's what it is. All right. So if I then go into enemy idle, I change this here and I call super there. Boink. Look at that. Let me turn it off. Let me actually go in here. Turn off autoplay. It's really annoying. Yeah, okay, cool. All right, so that was what it was. I had an underscore enter, and I was like, why is it not playing my animation immediately? Here we go. All right. That's weird, though. Does it not? Oh, shit. Pass. if I go into state, yeah, okay, cool. Now, this character has run, which is like this. This is like a chasing one. Their hit animation from getting hit, and their death animation from dying. Blech. The goal is to essentially get the enemy, right, to at least in some way chase the human, like attack the human. So I'm gonna move him here. Move the enemy, this enemy here. Zoom out and save. What's up?
If it kicks me out of Discord, I'll be right back.
Okay. Please go away and thank you. I want this guy to be able to see him and chase him. Godot line of sight 2D. Not a player line of sight. Let's be more specific. Enemy. How would you implement it? Combine area and raycast. So when the player is inside the area, the raycast points in the player's direction.
Good thing you made it. I'm just fucking doing a trying to get my password reset. It says email doesn't exist, but my account is literally this email.
So it's going to need an area body 2D. Detects. Alright, cool. So that's what I'll need then. I'll need a active zone. This needs what? This node has no shape. That's okay. I can give it a shape. How do I give it a shape? Collision shape 2D. Yeah, it needs a child of a collision shape. And then I can just make this a circle. Make this much bigger than the enemy. Let's try that. Yeah, cool. So he won't start looking for me until a specific range, right? That makes a lot of sense. Okay, that's what this Reddit person says to do. And what this is going to do is on area emitted when the received area okay. Emitted when the received body enters this area. Let's do that one. And let's connect it to this enemy script. On active zone, body entered. Okay. I want to print the body that enters just to see what it gives me when I do it. Boink, there it is. Player, cool. I think I added something to the player Yeah, he's in the group. So if I go into the enemy script and I say if body dot in, it's like is in group or something like that, yeah, there it is in group player, print the player entered the zone, start looking at him. Crap. All right, that ain't it. Let's see, what did I do wrong? I didn't turn on the group. There it is. The player entered the zone. Start looking at him. Cool. Cool. So this will be that will do that. Expected indent pass. Okay. So that will essentially, it'll make it to where when the player enters the zone, the raycast, I can then tell the raycast to look directly at him. That is the zone of influence. And that can, and then based on that, I can actually, from there, I can then move the character towards him. And I think I have the enemy's animation. Let's look at the animations that I have. Run. Cool. Okay. So on this one, okay.
So I'm gonna send you something.
Okay.
It's a, if you ever decide to get a Discord going for yourself, I suggest using this bot. It basically, so you know how like when my announcement for my stream goes live and like when I post TikTok videos, it posts in a certain chat and everything.
Mm-hmm.
That bot will do that. That bot will also do other things, but you have to, like, when you're going through it, just watch, because certain things you have to pay for, certain things you don't have to pay for.
All right.
It's like there's like a premium extra shit that you can pay for on it.
That's fine. Yeah. I have another tool that automatically posts to like the different socials. And I might end up doing I might end up using that. For it. I wonder what happens.
I'm actually going to dip because my friend just texted me, brother.
Okay, well, have a good time.
You as well. I'll keep your stream up. How long are you going to stream till?
Here about 30 minutes I'll be done. I'm trying to keep it like simple in the start, and then I figured from, after that I would
do more.
Yeah, do more as I get better at actively doing it. Consider using a collision polygon 2D.
You have a good night, man.
All right, I love you, brother.
Love you too.
All right, bye. So what I need to do is I want to add a collision shape polygon. Interesting, never used this node. Solids. Crap. Oops. I want to make a polygon. And I want to make it a cone in front of him, right? inside the area the raycast points in the player's direction. The ray returns the first thing it collides with. If that's the player, line of sight is established. Huh. Interesting. Practical, linear. In the space, coordinates are defined using horizontal axis and a vertical axis. Okay, I'm going to leave that. Yeah, I already know that. Any position in the 2D plane can be identified by a pair of numbers in the way. However, we can also think of the position 4, 3 as an offset from 0, 0, point of origin, draw an arrow from the origin. This is a vector. A vector represents a lot of useful information as well as 2 minus it. Point is at 4, 3. You can also think of it as an angle 0 and the length m. In this case, the arrow is a position vector. You can use either method, x and y coordinates and angles. Yes, this is just how you calculate a vector 2. I don't understand. Okay. Oh, okay. We can use this fact to detect whether an object is facing another object. In the diagram below, the player P is trying to avoid the zombies A and B. Assuming a zombie's field is 180 degrees, can they see the player? Green arrows F of A and FB are unit vectors, representing the zombie's facing direction, and the blue semicircle. Oh. If the angle between the vector and the facing vector is less than 90, then the zombie can see the player. Oh. Okay. So it creates a... He's just interested in the player can set one or few raycasts just towards them. There are other updates possible as well, like only doing raycasts if the player is close enough for it to be relevant. This is what you want. Smarter about it, let's cast rays only at angles where the walls begin or end. That's it. Algorithm is calculate the angles where the walls begin, wall tracking. Woof. Look at all that. I have got some reading to do. Holy cannoli. Using the triangle and cone for broad face. E.g., is there a possible LOS on collision point and polygon? Raycast just once to confirm there's no occluders. Narrow face. I don't see how a raycast would see through walls if configured correctly. May also want to have a counter type. What's this guy's problem? It's too big, the enemies can see through walls. Wanders around and the collision pit is rotated to match the direction the enemy is walking in. While the game is running, the enemy wanders around, the collision is rotated to match the direction the enemy is walking in. This seems to work alright, but if the polygon is too big, the enemies can see through walls. This research figure raycast might be what I need, but also realize that in order to get the same sort of detection as the Area 2D approach, I would need to use a lot of raycast to achieve a fan-like effect. But now that I'm looking more into this, a raycast might have the same sort of issues as the Area 2D solution with being able to look through walls. Anyone have any tips or tricks on how to approach this? Okay, so I can make a collision polygon TUD to sit in front of them. If they get into that collision polygon, then I can start casting a ray that, if it runs into the player, basically says, hey, this is a player. But if he runs into the wall, then whatever. Okay. Well, let's start with that then. I need to make a collision polygon, which kind of fans out in front of this enemy. Then actually, I tell you what, I don't even have to do that. That's really annoying. I wish it would stop doing that. Collision polygon, cool. I want to make, man, I wish I could make a curve with this. I'll figure that out later if I can. I will do, let's set it here. This button. Boop. Need to remove you, please. Remove this one. Add one here. What on earth is going on with this thing? Okay. What we'll do, is there a potential, like, is there a semicircle? No. Cool. But I bet I could, just draw it, which sucks. Can I please change it from this dead one to the idle one, please? Thank you. That way I can see him standing. Then I'll go here and I'll make a point. Crap. I need point below. Then I need to draw out a big honking cone. It's fine. I'll make the cone bigger if I feel like it needs to be bigger. There's got to be a move in them. Yeah, that's what that blue one is. Okay. There we go. And then I can move them. Yeah, all right. There we go. Let's think. This will go like here. This is gonna go. Let's move to add one. Like right here. And we'll move it way out here to start. And then we'll take these out. We'll make him make his line of sight slightly taller. There we go. Almost getting there. This is going to go out. This is going to go out too. This is also going to go out. Move this down. We'll make a bigger cone. Kind of want it to be rounder. I don't like that it's not round. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it's not the greatest thing either. It feels kind of gross. I don't really like that. And then, ugh. I'm an artist, clearly. You should worship the artistic capabilities that I have. All right, good enough. I think I oopsie-daisied my way into this, but that's okay, because what I can do now is I can go in here and say signals, delete this one, body entered, connected to the enemy, connect, and then if body dot is in group player, print send out my raycast. Cool. And then that should now display. Good golly, that is a tiny, 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 tiny display. And I'm glad I have that for context. That is really small. That's what she said. Click on this. We're gonna make it bigger. I'm gonna make it way bigger. Boink. There we go. Let's make it 2x. Actually, can I just... Is there a transform on this thing to make it 2 times the size? Perfect. Let's make it 4 times the size. And put it right on top of the enemy. How's that? Perfect. It's really not, but it's perfect. It's what I needed out of my life. Awesome. So did it... If I leave and I go back in, I leave and I go back in. Cool. Awesome. So that way if I leave its site, it won't be able to follow me. But it can... The goal... Okay. Alright. So that is a line of sight that establishes that... Well, not line of sight. That establishes that you entered its frontal. Let's see. Let's actually rename this to front field of vision, right? Because like that indicates that I'm looking directly at him. Now, I want to then, when I see him, ray cast 2D. Cool. I want to have a ray cast, and I want to, in the script, on ready var raycast of type raycast2d is equal to, and then just drag that in, boop, and that on I want to point the raycast dot. How do I set the look at? Wait a minute. What's the look at do? Rotates the node so that its local plus x axis points towards the point which is expected to use the global coordinates. Point should not be the same as the node position, otherwise the node always looks to the right. Rotates the node so that it's local plus x. That doesn't... Player dot global position. Let's just see. Oh wait, body. Okay, let's try. Let's see what it looks like. Well, that didn't work. What happened? Print look at player and reload. All right. So it should be. So that's not, this is not the method I want. Raycast look at player. Probably use a singleton, have your players register themselves within their own ready functions. It needs more ducks. Where are the... Here you are, Chris. Just to entertain you, I'm gonna have this sit off to the side just for you. It's gonna sit right there while I do all of my work over here, which is like pretty tantamount to kind of like how our I'm looking over at the chat. It's pretty emblematic of how what working together is like. So I need the Raycast to look at the player that is from 5 years ago. Something's telling me cast 2 is not a method on it if that's the code from 5 years ago. Oh no. Well, that's really upsetting. I can't make it any bigger, Chris. There you go. Good. You should honestly take it personally. I meant it as a personal offense. You know, Buck said that, like, I was talking to my brother about this earlier. Oh, wait a minute. Oh. So the mixer is peeking into the yellow. Also should turn mic up a little bit so the mic is peeking into the yellow. Test. Peeking. Who is Equilual? Oh, absolutely. Every single one of his PRs that he sends to me, I will 10,000% give him a duck. I think I missed. It went way over here. Hey, Rice. Yeah, it's better. You're really quiet. Yeah. See, my brother said that my mic was excellent earlier, and I don't really know why it's not. Did I turn it down here? How about now? Which is really disappointing for me that it's a 50-50 on whether or not you get offended or not, because I'm actively trying to offend you. Yeah, well, I didn't draw the art, for the record. I'm not an artist. I would like to be able to do pixel art one day, but I did just get a pack from somewhere, so I'm not. Okay, I'll figure out. I'll figure out the mic. If I'm too quiet, maybe I'll hop in a call with you at some point next week, and we can work out the mic details. Buck told me I was great on, like, he could hear me really well on it. Oh, I didn't draw it, to be clear. The only drawing that you'll see in here that I did, if you saw it earlier, was I actively drew the enemies like this, and that's just because I couldn't figure out how to draw a semicircle. Oh, like the network code. I don't know that I want to make multiplayer games. I was looking at multiplayer, like setting up like communications for multiplayers. I don't want to build my own engine first of all. It's just hexagon and square tools in GIMP, etc. Um, yeah, I just don't know that I want to work on network code that is like live communication for like players and stuff like that. It sounds exhausting, just from what I read about it. And as far as game development is concerned, I want to do focus kind of more on like actually building games rather than uh, like um, like the engine that underlines it and the code that kind of drives it. Because see, I think Chris had mentioned that, and if I remember correctly from your code, it's been a while since I actually looked at the repo that you sent me before. You're actually building like a full-on engine, right? Ugh. So that is not it. I don't want to set it. Recast head in Godot to player. I don't want. I'm trying to avoid like the AI answers because like I'd rather pull it from like resources. That way I'm actively reading and like learning it. Look at interesting. Oh my god. Settings in the cog in the OBS lets you override the gain and make it higher. It's probably because of how far away you are from the mic. The mic is like right here. We can worry about it later though. Yeah, the mic is like a key, like right underneath of my chin. What if I did raycast dot look at? I did body dot global position. And then we toggled this off. I'm trying to understand just generally looking. See, it doesn't rotate it. The last thing that I got it actually, let's read the raycast documentation. Right? Let's just read that. So that sounds like a much better idea than trying to scroll through Reddit. Yep. Ray represents a ray from its origin to its target position that finds the closest object along its path. If it intersects any, raycast can ignore some objects by adding them to an exception list. By making its detection reporting ignore area 2Ds collide with areas. Physics body 2Ds collide with that. Raycast 2D calculates intersection every physics frame and it holds the results into the next physics frame. For an immediate raycast, or if you want to configure a raycast 2D multiple times within the same physics frame, use force raycast update. Okay. Over it. That's interesting. There's a shape cast. Stay on point. All right. I need to. What I need to do is I need to get it to target my player so that I can then use it to track his position when they enter the line of sight. Which this kinda does. Kinda. But I don't know where it's going off to. And we'll reset this and set it to 1 to zoom out all the way to see Yeah, it's going off to God knows where. Look at that. I was having it track the player the other day, but I realized that, and Chris, you saw the last update for this, but I realized that one, it was trying to detect from a very early age, and if I had like a ton of enemies, then it wouldn't work out super well, and because like all of them would be like uh actively tracking him from the start. I was doing it from like in it essentially. Um, and instead, I want him to just do it when he enters this body area. And I was trying, and so like when I went into the body, and I created an area body 2D, or sorry, an area TD and a collision polygon, which is that big kind of semicircle, and it's really big, which I don't love the shape of or the size of. We'll make that a little smaller. Okay, that's not too bad. So let me try just looking to see if when it starts, if the player is not in the field of vision, but then I go in, yeah, it goes all the way down there. There's got to be some normalization that has to be that has to happen then, right? Like this should be, maybe this isn't right. Maybe there is maybe there's something else that's going on. I see what they're doing with this. What is direction 2 do? Direction 2. It returns a vector 2. Let's do this. Var direction to player is equal to body global position dot direction to what in the Kentucky Fried Bonkers? Woo. Oh, I see. I want to do the direction from the zombie to the body dot global position. That should return a vector 2. Let's type it. And then I should be able to say raycast.target position is equal to the direction to the player. Does it do that? It does not. I don't even see the raycast popping up anymore. I need to turn up the camera again. I'm never going to be happy with this camera. Yeah, okay. All right. So the raycast has officially just completely disappeared from the screen. Okay. Let's see. Which is equal to unknown. Okay. So that's not it. The direction vector. The green arrows F of A are unit vectors representing zombies facing direction, and the blue semicircle represents that. This is what I was trying to accomplish in case anyone's paying attention. I was calculating. We find the direction vector pointing to the player. Okay. So that gives us a direction vector. And then we say the green arrows, f of A and f of B, are unit vectors representing the zombie's facing direction, and the blue semicircle represents its field of view. For zombie A, we find the direction vector AP pointing to the player using P minus A and normalize it. However, Godot has a helper method to do this called direction to. If the angle between the vector and the facing vector is less than 90 degrees, then the zombie can see the player. Woof. Okay. Yeah, see, what I don't understand, this gives me a vector 2D. Maybe I typed it wrong. What is this? No, yeah, it is a vector 2. So this gives me the direction to it. The array cast then target position. Oh, that's nice. It has a setter. I don't have to set it. Cool. Ugh. Dot set target. Excuse you? It gets, yeah, it does have it. Set target position. I should be able to set it. Please, sir. Nice. Boink. We saw that, right? It disappeared. Right there it is. Then I step in, and it does do something. It just fucks off somewheres. And I don't know that I want to go and find it. So I think there's something missing here just to get it to look at it. Right. So this is a setter. Ray cast look at body. Body. All right. Use the following: space get direct state. This is not what I was thinking I was looking at. All right. Enemy collider hit. Recasting is enabled a character to gather data about the world around it. One problem is that the scene character has a collider, so the ray will detect its parent's collider as shown in the following image. To avoid self-intersection, the intersect ray parameters object can take an array of exceptions via its exclude property. Huh, that's neat. This is an example on how to use it from a character body on any other collision object. Okay. 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 Physics ray query parameter. Hang on. I'd rather just read the documentation because it provides by changing various properties such as the ray position, you can configure the parameters for that. And queried for. Seems I have a lot of reading to do on this. So I could create one and have it run at it. For example, to use the same mask as the parent body, use the collision mask property. Okay. And then for the last property, what is the array? Okay. Interesting. Interesting. So this would create it instead of me having to create this, I guess. So if I deleted this and I went into this script and got rid of that already, and then I just went in and, oh, wait a minute. Oh, son of a bitch. Which is of type raycast 2D. Set that equal to U. Let's get rid of this and then comment this line out. Try that again real quick. Oh, he reshaped this. Link 2.5. Try it again. Crap. Go to the 2D, move him down a bit. Then I'll be, I think I'm almost done for the night. Okay. I didn't think so. All right. I'm going to have to read about this. And I will come back to this next week. I'm hoping to stream Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 7:30 to 9 like I did tonight. And I'm going to see you all then. Have a